This is Tom Rust for TRSB Sports Podcast. Today, delighted to be joined by pro boxer Sean Noakes. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. And find yourself?
Yeah, all good. Thank you for jumping on. We appreciate your time.
No worries, mate. No worries.
It's a great time to get you on. I feel like at the moment it's a significant time in boxing. I think over the last 3 weeks we've been sport as fans. Just want to cast your mind back to a few weeks ago. Not that you can probably forget it. I believe you were ringside at the Tyson Fury fight.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Honestly, it was just so surreal for me and my brother. Like we're both just small boys from a council estate, and we're sitting there bumping shoulders with all these celebrities and being a part of what was probably one of the biggest boxing things. Certainly since I've been alive, like the biggest boxing event in England. It was amazing. Honestly, incredible. I couldn't thank Francis Warren and Frank Warren enough for sorting us out the tickets.
Yeah, Wembley Stadium, Tyson Fury, the man's an entertainer in and outside of the ring. Yeah, Wembley, stadium where our national football team play their football. What was the atmosphere like in there on the night?
It was honestly, it was incredible. Like it was just hairs on the back of my neck were standing up as he was walking to the ring. Even Dillian Whyte's got very, very good entrance music and very good ring walk. So even that, the hairs on my back of my neck were standing up. I couldn't wait for the fight to start. It's amazing.
Was there any ever talk about you being on that card?
I had my hopes, but I think that they're never going to put me on that one because he told me when I signed, there was like you're going to be out end of May, end of April, start of May, and I saw the date announced. I was like, well, could I? And then I was meant to be the week after.
But then you never know, though, do you? In boxing, you never know. Like,
no, honestly,
the fight's on, then it's not. Then someone's got to step in.
Yeah, I was ready to go. Honestly, I'd have jumped at the chance to fight on that card. It'd been amazing.
And looking at the actual fight itself, what did you make of it? Obviously, a devastating finish by Fury to finish in the 6th round, but you were up close to the fight. What did you make of it?
Well, what I saw was Fury just play to his game plan. I think Dillian Whyte come out with a bit weird tactics for me because he come out of southpaw and he didn't look comfortable southpaw. I thought, like, he done all right. He wasn't taking many shots early on when he was southpaw, but I thought it's a bit of a weird game plan he's gone for. But yeah, he kind of went and felt Fury wanted it to go. He was playing with a jab, finding his range. When he did find his range, he landed.
Yeah, watching it, if for me personally, it felt like Whyte never really got a foothold in the fight.
I don't think he landed anything really, did he? Nothing convincing anyway. Maybe a few jabs to the chest or something, but nothing much.
Yeah, there was never one shot where you thought, Fury's going to take him a little bit more. Not that he would overlook anyone, but it looked like he did throw some big shots. But Fury, being a great boxer he is, looked like he saw them coming a mile away.
Yeah. He missed by ages.
What do you think happens with him now? I know there's lots of talk about him retiring. Everyone you speak to thinks he'll come back after the Usyk Joshua fight. Do you think he'll come back?
I think he'll come back if AJ wins. I think that'd be too big of a fight to turn down that one. If Usyk wins, Usyk's won. He's kind of achieved what he's wanted to achieve anyway. But like that underlining fight will always be Joshua Fury. For me personally, and then I think that should be too silly to turn down. I think Usyk he can get away with, he's all right cruiserweight, but I'm not too bothered about that one. But if Joshua does get through it, which I hope he does, but I can't see it. I can't see him get through Usyk. But I think he will come back for the Joshua fight, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, so I think he might actually stay retired. But we'll see. The man changes his mind like the weather changes, so we will see. Hopefully he comes back and unifies the division, then finish his career on another high.
Yeah, you never know what Fury's going to do next. Do you feel like he needs to beat Joshua to go down as the best heavyweight of this era?
I feel like it's the underlying fight. Like I said, it's been spoke about for so long. For me, it's kind of like a legacy fight. Like they've been at each other's throats, calling each other out. The fight's been spoke about. It's been made. It's been cancelled. I feel like to finish your career, you have to get that one fight out of the way, even if. Like I said, even if he doesn't want to fight Usyk, I feel like the Joshua fight has to happen. And it's obviously it's going to be massive money. You're talking ridiculous, more than Dillian Whyte fight. So, yeah, I think it'd be silly not to. But at the end of the day, if you're happy, you're very content, he's got his family to think about. If he wants to do that, so be it. But we know all us fans want to see the fight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Coming on to yourself, mate, you know, again, significant time in boxing, but a significant time for yourself, recently signing with Frank Warren. You must be delighted.
I was over the moon, honestly. It was a dream come true for me. Like, I had a stint out of the ring. I had 5 years out. And then when I come back, it's all I set my mind to. And obviously seeing my brother succeed just spurred me on even more. And yeah, as soon as Francis mentioned about turning over, I didn't start grinning the whole car journey home. Like, we're at media workout for my brother, media like press day. And he mentioned, when you're ready to turn over. I'm ready now. But I was still in ABAs at this time. So we got that out of the way, and I said, yeah, was the offer still on the table? Like, yeah, of course. So I jumped at the chance and haven't looked back. I'm just itchy to get in there. Itchy knuckles, ready to fight.
Yeah, I bet you are. And you know, I was reading about you. You know, you've had some time out of the ring, but has it almost been like when, you know, you've come back to boxing, like just a reset your goals, and sort of, you know, you found a love again for the sport?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I fell out of love with the sport. I was young, silly. I was just turned 18. Sorry, I was 17, turning 18 soon. And I jumped out. I started going out with my friends, being stupid. I fell out of love with the sport. And I watched my brother box. I think he was boxing Jordan Flynn in the NABC finals. And I watched it. And my brother, it was an unbelievable fight. Lost the first round, battered him the second, and then stopped him in the third. And yeah, I watched the fight after, which is my weight. And I looked at these boys. I thought, I can beat these boys. I was sitting there all fat watching, but I was like, that photo, that fell on the photo, I'd throw the jab out, that kind of thing. But I was sitting there all fat. I was like, if I get down this way, I can beat these boys. And I come back. I think I had one fight coming back. Then I fought for the middleweight Southern Area title, won that. And I thought, these boys are too big. I'm going to go back to my natural weight. I went back down to 60, 68, 69. Then I went in the Haringey Box Cup, won that. ABA Intermediates, won them. Then went in that Elite Haringey Box Cup, won gold in that, beating some good kids along the way. And then, yeah, ABA's first time, won Southern Area, got to the quarterfinals. Box was a good kid. He was a very good operator, but I thought I'd done enough to edge it. He went on to win the whole thing, but I thought I'd done enough. Like, the shots I wasn't really get hit with good, clean shots, but he operated well, he moved well. Credit to him, but I thought I was a winner on the day.
And now that you have signed, sorry, go on.
No, then now I'm turning pro. I'm ready to go.
And I was going to come on to that. Now that, you know, you are with Frank Warren, and as good as that is, and the platform that you're going to be on, how hard have you now got to work? Because of course there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on you and a lot of pressure, I imagine. Yeah,
obviously every boxer, if you want to do anything with the sport, you've got to train like it's a championship fight. And like I said, we're down at TUA gym with Mickey Burke. We've been flying, like, because as an amateur, I didn't really have much sparring in the gym, because it was quite a small club when I started at Westbury. I was sparring. I'd be lucky to get a good spar maybe once a month if I was lucky. So I never had sparring. Now this gym, there's loads of boys around my way at the gym. I go over iBox sparring, and yeah, I'm flying. I've never had a competitive sparring all the time, and now I have. I feel like I'm improving. I'm so much fitter than I've ever been, and my S&C with Jordan Vine is also flying. So everything's coming together perfectly.
And looking at, you know, the signing with Frank Warren, and obviously, you know, your brother's there as well. How much do you sort of look at him and as a mentor, get some advice? Because of course, you know, you only get one career, and you know, you want to take the right advice at the right time. How much do you sort of pick his brains for knowledge?
Oh God, loads. Like obviously I started amateur boxing first, so he learned from my mistakes for the amateurs, and now he's pro first. I'm learning from his little mistakes he made early on. I'm trying to anyway, but we're getting there. I'm racking his brain as much as I can, but it does help.
And when you sit down as well, how does that work? Because of course, you know, you're with Frank Warren, you're going to be on a big platform, BT. But of course, you know, you all got to be, I suppose, singing from the same hymn sheet, if you like, because, you know, you all want to be going in one direction. What is the plan for you, and how quick do you want to progress?
Well, as I'm a bit older, like, I just want to. First of all, like, I'm a bit older, but I don't want to be rushed through it at the same time. So, first of all, when I set my goal on something realistic, I want to get to like 10-0, 8-0, be undefeated. That's my first initial goal, and then after that, we start looking at titles and just keep pushing forward, keep getting the wins in. Yeah, keep working away.
You are in a great division. So many great fights out there for you.
See, we're making welter so easy. Like even this first one, I think I'm going to come in at competition weight, welter. So I don't know. We're gonna see what we're gonna super light because I'm doing very very easy this weight, very very easy. So if I do it, I think we're gonna go down again after this and see how my body takes it, and then work from there. But we'll see how I feel. I'll get down to 67, 66.8, whatever it is. And if I feel comfortable, feel good, we'll just carry on. And if I can feel like I can go more, we're going to go more. But I'm very comfortable with the weight at the minute. Like, I think I've got a kilo left to lose, something like that. And I'm 2 weeks out. So it's very easy this week.
All going in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. Like, my mum passed on her knowledge of the meal preps now to my missus, and my missus does the cooking. So she's doing well. She's not leaving. It's ordering no takeaways, nothing like that. She's not leaving them in front of me. Like, when I was in ABA, sometimes I'd come home, so I'd find pizza on the side. I was like, babe, you've got to get rid of this now. This can't be in the house. But she's still, honestly, since I've been pro, she's learned a lesson. There's no fatty foods lying around to rub in my face. She's doing very well. And she's a good cook now.
Yeah, because as much as come fight night, it's just you against your opponent, but there's so much that goes on outside the ring. And, you know, without your family and friends, you know, it's a big team effort, isn't it, to get you ready?
100%. Obviously, it's just me in there doing the fighting, but like, going right down to obviously my missus doing the nutrition, my mum passing on her knowledge. You got everyone behind it. Like obviously you got the big people in the gym like Mickey Burke, all the boys sparring, putting extra work in, like Shaq, Jamie Robinson, sparring Mickey Burke Jr. All the boys in the gym putting rounds in. Charlie McDonald, they're part of the team as well. And then you've got obviously in West and C coach with Jordan Vine, all the work he puts in. It's so many different people involved, and obviously the people behind you, geeing you up, your friends, your pals. They all play a big part in getting you in there, making it all worth it.
And looking at the welterweight division, who would be your top three? And you know, in the domestic scene.
Domestic scene. Oh, I'd put Mckinson right up there because I think Mckinson causes Benn problems. But I'd say Avanesian. Because he's over Frank Warren. I think Avanesian's better than most of them. He's on the world level. I think Avanesian beats them all. But I'd like to see Benn versus Mckinson. I think that's a very good fight. And I think Mckinson causes them problems.
Yeah, I saw an interview with Conor Benn recently. He was talking about the Mckinson fight, and I think he was more or less saying that in his mind he beats him, but he doesn't want it because the fans, you know, he predicts it might be quite a boring, cagey fight.
Yeah, I think I rate Mckinson. I remember him from the amateur days. Very, very tricky operator. Like obviously he's not known for being a puncher, but he just causes people problems. And I'd like to see Benn fight someone that's in there to fight properly, like or either come against a tricky operator such as Mckinson, or come across a big puncher. Because I don't think he's been in there with anyone that can really, really punch yet. So I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I feel like the public are demanding Benn.
He's been credit to the matchmaking. He's been matched very, very well, and all the fights have been at the perfect time of his career as well. Now he's flying. It's time for a good step up with someone that's in there, like a proper live opponent that can hit, I think. Yeah,
we've had Mckinson on the channel a couple of times after the fight that he was meant to have with Ortiz. Of course, you know that changed because he pulled out. But he's you know, his mindset, he's incredibly confident, and he's not clearly as well known as Benn, but he feels like he does a job on him.
I think he causes him problems. I really do. He's very, very awkward, tricky southpaw, moves well. So if he can punch, he'd be real dangerous. But yeah, he's tricky operator, very tricky operator. And I would like early on, he's just a nightmare for anyone, I believe. And I believe it does cause Benn problems.
It'd be a great fight to see. And what do you make of the landscape at the moment? Because of course your promoter putting on an incredible event a few weeks ago. Eddie Hearn, his own, Ben Shalom working with Sky. Feels like as fans we are spoiled. What do you make of the landscape?
So I think Eddie Hearn's he's losing quite a few fighters, and I think that boxer's going to come. Obviously, Frank Warren's established; he's the best. He's been around for years. He's going to be around for a lot longer. But so Eddie Hearn's, if Conor Benn loses, who else is he like at the top level, like the big pay-per-view fighters, he's not got loads left anymore, really. Like Buatsi and that, but again, like after Canelo lost this weekend, I think he's slowly chipping away at him, isn't they? Everybody's slowly chipping away, but again, he does put on a good show. They all do. Yeah, I've not been watching much of boxer shows, and they've all been a bit. I watched the lightweights the other day, and I didn't really rate that one, but
I suppose, you know, Ben Sean coming into it, I suppose we pretty be fair to judge him in a couple of years when he's
obviously he's new, he's very new.
Yeah, no, of course, but no, it's funny what you're saying actually, because I was having the same conversation with a good friend of mine at lunch, just saying, look, you know, Eddie Hearn, Canelo losing, Anthony Joshua, you know, with a tough fight coming up against Usyk. I know that Whyte was never really signed to him, but Whyte has been with, you know, Matchroom for all of his career. And like you say, when you look past those, you've got Conor Benn, so you can understand why they don't want to rush you. And I suppose he is only
exactly
a man, and they want to look after their asset, if you like.
I think that's what it is. They've got to, because that is the next like big the way Eddie Hearn looks. He's the next one that's going to make him the money on the pay-per-views, because he's got the big following. He sells tickets. He puts bums on seats. So that's his next cash cow. So that's the next person that makes him the money, I think. So Joshua's not got that much longer left, I don't think. Obviously, he's getting on a bit, and with 2 losses on his record already, and probably a third with Usyk. He's got, and obviously Canelo now. How is he going to handle going back down? Because he's not going to be doing very well like heavyweight no more. He's been found out, so it's going to be a bit tricky for Mr. Eddie Hearn. But obviously, up big Uncle Frank. He's coming through with the winners.
Yeah, he's definitely flying at the moment, and when you see him in interviews talking about Eddie Hearn's app, it always cracks me up.
No, they're always at each other, aren't they? I find it comical. I do. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good for boxing. You know, it's a talking point, and it makes us want to watch interviews. And you know, talking about Frank Warren, your promoter and the platform that you're going to be on, BT Sport. Talking about the pressure coming out to so many people watching you, do you feel like, you know, there is extra pressure on your shoulders, and you know, the almost like the expectation to put on a great performance? Because firstly, you know, you want to go out there and get the win, but mentally, how do you sort of deal with that?
Just got to get over it. Take one step at a time. But obviously there's added pressure, and I do want to perform. But I've done the work. I know I've done the work in the gym. I know that we've not left any stone unturned. So on the night, I'm going to be confident in my abilities that I can put on a show. So I know I can. I know I've got it there to do it. So I'm going to try and keep it. Obviously, the nerves will be there. It's my first one. Big crowd, big audience, a lot of people there watching. So yeah, I'm going to be extra nervous, but I've just got to just slow it all down, believe in what I've been doing in the gym, and then work from there.
And there'll be people watching this interview that know you and know your background. There'll be people watching this that are coming across you for the first time. What should they expect come fight night from you?
Fast hands and explosive power.
And are we expecting to see some big knockouts, just like your brother?
I'm not going to say they're going to. I'm not going to promise you a knockout. And if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. But I'm gonna. I know if I land, it'll happen. But and I'm open to land. So I'm not going to make no promises now. But it'll be exciting, wherever it is. We'll see slick boxing and hopefully a good stoppage.
I imagine at this point, you just, as you said a little while ago, you've got itchy knuckles. You would just want to.
Yeah, because obviously the setback, we found out the show was postponed on the Monday coming up to the fight, and I was ready to go. I've been ready to go ever since. I've just been itching to get in there now.
And taking the right fights at the right time, how far can you go in boxing?
All the way, I hope. Literally, I've got a great team around me. Like I said, like we said earlier, going back to like my missus with nutrition, my mum with nutrition, Jordan Vine S&C, and Mickey Burke, all the team around us. So I believe I can go as far as they'll take me, and I believe they'll take me all the way.
And how important for you is the mental side of the sport? Because physically, you know, you're in the gym, you're doing the work, and physically you're very capable. But how much do you work on your mental strength? Because there are, you know, no doubt going to be times in your boxing career where you will have to almost go to well and sort of come back from that?
Probably you broke up a little bit there.
No worries. I was just saying, we all know that physically you're capable, and as you said, you're putting the work in the gym. But how much do you work on your mental strength? Because of course, no doubt, at points in your boxing career, there are going to be tough times.
I think it's either in your. It's not personally. You just got to sometimes you've got to bite down. You've got to get through it but. Yeah, I've never really struggled too much mentally. Like sometimes you get demons in your head. You think, "Oh, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that?" But again, you've got good right people around you that give you confidence in your own ability, so it helps.
I suppose as well for the sport that you've chosen, if you didn't have that mental strength, you'd probably be playing doing something different. I don't want to say this, but I don't want to upset anyone, but you'd probably be doing something differently.
Yeah, so if you get there on the night and think, oh fuck, why do I do this to myself? It's a bit too late then, mate.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, because I was talking to someone the other week, and Michael Phelps come up, because for me his mindset was just ridiculous. But I was saying, the worst that might happen to him is goggles might fill out of water. You're in there with someone that wants to take
we get hurt.
Absolutely. And mate, another reason why we love doing what we do, because as much as we're going to follow your career in the ring, we want to know about you out of the ring. So what do you enjoy doing away from boxing?
Away from boxing, I like doing nothing. I like sitting there and getting fat and happy. It's great. But I'm quite a social butterfly, me, really. I like to go out, I like to enjoy myself. Even if I'm not drinking, which I don't do anymore because of boxing, but I like to go out and just socialise. I literally just like to be amongst all my pals. I don't mind watching a bit of football. Yeah, and to be fair, eating's one of my favourite things to do outside of camp.
I was going to say, considering the sacrifices you have to make during a camp, that's probably understandable. Do you feel like as well, with your time out of boxing, you got all the I suppose drinking?
Yeah, I definitely got it all out of my system. 100%. I knew that was coming. I don't get me wrong. Like I regret it massively leaving boxing. I think, where would I be now if I had done 5 years out? But he definitely got out of my system. It got like all that 5 years of being a little party animal. It definitely got it out of my system, and I don't need to do it no more. Now I'm quite content just sitting in and chilling with my missus, my family, and my friends. Honestly, I can't go to a nightclub no more. It's too loud. I'm too old.
Was it a few cheeky nights out in Moons in Maidstone? Was it?
No, that was when I was young. I was young. Okay. I was like 17 when I was going to Moons. Yeah, no, I do. I popped out now and again, but I don't mind seeing people. But it gets to like 10 o'clock, and I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel so old nowadays. It's a joke.
At the end of the day, mate, you're whatever way you look at it or dress it up, you're a professional athlete, and
yeah, exactly. You can't do that no more. Can't be seen doing that no more.
What else would you be doing then if you weren't boxing?
If I weren't boxing, I'd probably still be out in nightclubs. No, I don't know. If I weren't boxing, I don't know what I'd be doing. I dread the thought of it, honestly, because it's put me it leaves me so grounded and it's kept me a routine. And if I didn't have boxing, I wouldn't have much of a routine. I'd be so out of sync, it'd be a joke.
And we often hear as well, we hear Eddie Hearn say it a lot, and a lot of people in boxing, that how much it saves lives. How much have you seen that?
Oh, it's what it's done for me and my family. It's ridiculous. Like, it's now given me and my brother a platform to what I feel is succeed in life. We've got like 2 little boys growing up on a council estate. We never wanted for anything. My parents never let that happen. But now we've got the platform we can to really succeed and really showcase our skills and come out of the council estate life and achieve better. And I believe I would never achieve that without boxing. I was quite a shy, chubby kid walking into the amateur gym at Westbury ABC. And what it done for me, it brought me out of my shell. It made me quite confident in myself. I lost the weight. I got very confident in what I was doing in the ring. Outside the ring, I was confident in myself. And with my brother on the side, he was quite wild coming into boxing, and it calmed him down and humbled him. So, I believe boxing's the best sport. It's the only sport you can do. You can do that. It's like Klitschko said, you can get a wild kid and tame him. It can get a shy kid and bring him out of his shell. And I believe I've never achieved any of that without boxing.
Do you know what, as well, for the sport that you do and how brutal it is with, doing what we do, we've met some of the nicest people.
Yeah.
And I think, you're absolutely right. And, a lot of people say the same thing. If there's, kids watching this that are involved in boxing and maybe losing a little bit of focus or maybe just getting into things that they shouldn't do, what would you say to them?
Just keep chipping away, keep in the gym, keep focus, and listen to your coaches always. And even if you are losing a bit of faith, a little bit of time out, it's not going to kill you. Not going to kill you, but as long as you keep finding that way back to the gym, because it gives you your routine, and without routine, it's hard to succeed. I think as long as you've got that routine in your head, just keep chipping away, and it works well for you.
And is there any in particular person that inspired you? I know naturally, your brother, but was there anyone else? Not even in boxing, but anyone that sort of helped you along the way or just inspired you to keep going?
No, I've not really. No, I always watched the Rocky films when I started. I used to love watching them, and I fell in love with the sport through that. And I got up Westbury, and Maidstone, and I fell in love with the sport. And the coaches up there are phenomenal people, and they're an inspiration in themselves. All of them. You've got Lee Owen, Brad Urquhart, Eddie Henderson, Brad Brooks, Steve Young, Dan Woolidge Jr. Like, for them people to do that for these young kids, week in, week out with no pay, they're all volunteers, don't make no money out of it, and they've been they're a big backbone, I think, in the community for so many kids. Like, to go in and out of that gym, you think Eddie Henderson's been there for 60 years nearly, I think, something stupid like that. And so the amount of people he's touched so many young kids' lives and made such a big impact to them. It's unbelievable how their boxing can do that. They're like father figures of a big community, basically. That's the way I look at it. And yeah, they're just phenomenal people. So they're quite an inspiration up there, I think.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. Whether it's boxing or swimming or whatever sport it may be, there are lots of people.
Coaches. Them coaches don't get paid for their time, mate. They're unbelievable people.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. So for yourself, coming back to boxing, best decision you ever made?
100%. I'll still be fat now. I've been fat again. I've been fat once. I ain't going back. I can't do it. I don't like looking at myself with my muffin hips in the mirror.
And what football team do you support?
Go on. I'm a Charlton fan.
Yeah, do you know what?
Everyone always goes, "Oh, yeah, don't mind Charlton because we're not really a threat, but we're a good, happy family team. We are."
It's when you get a Saudi takeover, and everyone overnight will hate you.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. We can pray for that.
Well, do you know
I don't think any Saudi's going to walk into the valley and go, "Yeah, this is for me."
Well, when I think of Charlton, I think of big family club. That's what I think.
Everyone says that. No matter what football team you are, apart from maybe Palace, they'll go, "Oh, Charlton. Yeah, don't mind Charlton."
And for you, who wins the Premier League?
Well, the City just signed up Haaland, didn't they?
Yeah, big signing.
I still want Liverpool to win. I like Liverpool ever since 2005.
The Champions League final.
Champions League in Turkey. Is it Turkey? Istanbul. Yeah, Istanbul. Yeah.
What a game!
I've always liked Liverpool, and I'd like to see him do the quadruple. I really would. My head says City, but I'd like Liverpool to win.
If Leicester can win the Premiership, I think Liverpool can do the quadruple.
I hope so, mate. I hope so. That was 5,000 to 1 for Leicester to win. Just imagine that. You're going to get some diehard Leicester fans to put a tenner on that.
Could you imagine though, mate, when you get over Christmas time and the bookies come to you and say, "Look, I'll give you a cash out." What do you do in that situation? Because I'm always conservative. I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll take the money," but
no, see, I'm a bit of a gambling man, me.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think I'd even, because you think at Christmas time if they give you a cash out, you think, well, it's still not very likely. I might as well take the cash out. You never, even at Christmas time, you never would have expected that.
No, I always remember watching Match of the Day like every Saturday night and thinking, like you were saying, okay, yeah, they're going to lose at some point. But then week after week after week, they'll keep churning out results. But I think it was good. It was great to see him win. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan. Would have been nice to see them win, but it's not going great for us. It's going to be City or Liverpool win the league, so it's a lose-lose situation. But
you guys even got top. You guys ain't even getting top 4, are you?
I reckon if I rocked up there, mate, I'd get a contract at the moment. It's the wheels have definitely fallen off. But mate, just before I let you go, is there any sort of shout outs, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank my sponsors, Caviar Carpentry, Hospitality Centre, Big Dream Makers, Dan Harvey Pest Control, Must Chop Sauces, RSK Business Solutions, Real Entertainment. I think that's it.
Yeah, shout out as well. I was saying before we started recording, I've been in the gym a couple of times that you do your strength conditioning, I think. So shout out to Bob Prowse Gym, Maidstone. Yeah,
big up Bob Prowse, Jordan Vine, Big Mickey Burke, all the boys.
Well, listen, mate, we're really grateful for your time. It's great to get you on the channel so early on. We look forward to following you, following your career. From now up until your fight, good luck. Hope everything goes well. And we look forward to catching up with you after.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, mate. Take it easy.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself.
Andrew, mate. Take it easy. Bye-bye.